All right, we're on. Okay, so to catch up where we're at here. So August, Alan, and Mary had traveled to Knuckle Hill, meeting with and met up with the Gnome King, chasing the diplomat, that elf diplomat. And when they got to the Knuckle Hill and were visiting with Orin Knuckle, there was some weirdness going on, and they kind of got out of, I think it was a crit 20 on Mary's persuasion or something, that got out of the king, that he's kind of afraid, and he thinks someone's going to be sending an assassin. He told the story of Queen Valenthe Nilo, before they were monarchs, and how they were like an adventuring party together, and she took a specific artifact after taking down some trolls, and some not no some frost giants and such. And that artifact, he doesn't know exactly what it does, but he thinks it may have something to do with controlling monsters. And then, sure enough, he got attacked by an assassin, and you all were able to foil that, put that attack down, and learn that it was in fact that diplomat who had hired this assassin. So you're hanging out with the king, and you're about ready to and you decided you wanted to go down to Ungaforge and visit this queen, this dwarf queen, who is also a druid. Interesting combination there. And now, Castiel, over here, you stayed behind because you were hanging out with that noble, and then like you probably were, eating, drinking, talking, having a good time, and you didn't realize that your friends had left, and they probably were looking for you but couldn't find you, and okay, so you got to get caught up over there. Now, by the time you get there, you're not going to have any encounters or anything. So by the time you make it over here, you're getting here by the time the players are getting ready to leave. They just had that situation with an assassin. You're led into the city. You make your way into the royal section underneath the hills, underneath the mountains where the king lives, and there you all are. They're getting ready for a trip. All right, go ahead.
Where have you been, Castiel?
I've been hanging out with, hanging out, drinking, and partying with, uh,
That a noble buddy
like
of yours?
uh, yes,
Hanging out with your good buddy. What was his name again?
uh, less, less sor, less Sara, less Sar.
I think it was Lasanthala.
Yeah, I have it typed out, but
Oh, okay.
I was trying to read it, and I'm like, uh,
D&D names.
yes.
Oh, well, whilst you were having fun with your noble friend, we've been having fun of our own here. We've foiled an assassination attempt on the king here, and we're gonna go far about down south.
Was anyone hurt?
Only the bad guys.
I yeah, yeah, and a rug,
Oh, poor Rook.
and a rug, poor rug. It's a necessary evil.
And you do see, Castiel. There's a section of the rug in this royal area that seems scorched and burned.
Oh, I do have it. I cast a cantrip mending on it.
Ah, okay. So you're gonna mend the rug.
Yep.
Counterspell. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
It has been written. Do not unwrite it now.
Counter spell. No, you're not fixing that rug. All right. So yeah, you cast your magic, and you see the rug fiber starting to reform, the burn starting to go away, and yeah, eventually you have a nice rug there.
You know, I'm kind of happy and kind of mad.
Why? Why, man?
You ruined my good work.
He
Oh,
worked really hard to ruin that
I
rug.
worked really hard to ruin that rug. You know how expensive these potions are? I'm, bo- I'm, hold on, how much money do I have?
hold on.
I can only make so many of these before I'm rock bottom, man.
What did you use?
So crazy side tangent, but there so happened to be an assassin that was escaping invisible to anything, so I figured I can't find him, my flames will, and I scorched earth the whole hallway. Or at least, not the whole hallway, but a good part of it, and scorched the assassin.
Uh,
Yeah,
he
you rolled.
pulls
You know
out
what?
of his pocket a potion. Says fire breathing on it. You want this one? You can scorch it
You
again.
actually have that.
I only have one. I forgot who I
You
got
only
it
have
from
one.
in my adventures.
Uh, hold on to it. Well, I'm not like pissed off. I'm just like torn. I'm kind of like somber, you know.
He's just kind of shaking. Oh, okay.
It's
Let's
alright.
do it.
You'll feel better once we soak in the hot springs over at Unga Forge.
It'd probably
Oh,
be good. It's too fucking
speaking of,
cold.
do any of you guys have healing potions?
I should.
I have healing spells.
I say with a nervous gulp. I should. Where are they?
Oh, I do. I have a healing potion. How fun.
Yay. That'll be helpful.
So, it appears I'm out of healing potions, gentlemen.
He
You-
gives you one. Uh,
Oh, I have one. I have one healing potion.
oh, you do? Okay.
Yes, I was. Oh, I actually have three. Never mind.
Wow.
Good.
Yeah, I think you're good.
Welcome.
I remember buying a shit ton of healing potions and like handing them out to everyone at
Yeah.
one point.
Yeah, I still
Okay,
have one from you, and one from somebody else.
Let me know if you guys need healing potions. I have two to share. Okay.
Well, you take some time, you meet up, and you reminisce about what's been going on, and you're getting geared up. And again, this is cold weather travel, so you're getting like furred up, and lots of firewood, lots of kindle, because it's going to be a cold trip. And as long as you have the gear, you're not going to suffer a disadvantage on any kind of rolls to deal with that if it becomes necessary. So you start making your way south. Now we're going to make a couple roll. I'm going to make a few rolls here. We're just going to it'll take a few days to get down there, so I'm just going to do 3 day encounters and 3 night encounter rolls. So day 1. Right off the bat, something wants to mess with you. Let's see what that something's going to be.
Oh, thank God. The science kills me as much as a dagger through the heart.
What's a 23? 23, 23. Huh, okay. Alright, so let me set this up real quick.
Uh-oh.
Okay, good. Got that set up here. So let me go to the map. Almost. I'm just gonna set this up over here now. Give me a second.
Have we taken any short rests or long rests?
Yes, you can long you can long rest it. You've had time to do that.
Yes, making sure. Take long rest, confirm. And I'll do it in here as well.
Where's the pseudo dragon?
Ooh.
No, Mary's. Oh, here it is. Mary's pet. Here we are. Okay.
I heard dragon in my, I got really scared there for a second. I'm like, oh God, we found a dragon.
No. Prancer.
Prancer. Yeah.
Tiny reindeer.
Okay. So everyone. Let me activate the scene. 1 second.
His liver scares me.
Okay. So everyone, go ahead and give me a perception roll.
Alrighty. Perception.
All right, August. So it's you. You're the first one to notice. Castiel and Mary are talking in the back, doing tricks with Prancer. They're just kind of frolicking about, and you're up ahead, trumping through this snowy hill, and you kind of hear like a noise. It sounds like an animal noise. You're the first to hear it. So give me a survivor roll to see if you can interpret what you're hearing.
Okay, I'm gonna immediately freeze in my tracks and try to be as quiet as possible, and tell the two in the back to be quiet as well.
Hey, shh.
Yeah. I was too loud in that. I was too loud.
Well, it sounds like an animal's like an animal roaring, but you don't see anything off yet. So the next best person was Mary. So after August stops, you kind of like bump into the back of him, and he's like shh, and you hear this now. Mary, give me a survival roll.
Oh,
Okay.
much better. Oh, thank God. Thank you, Mary.
So it sounds like something in pain. It sounds like a groan of pain, like an animal's groan of pain.
I share that information and I start heading towards it.
So
Okay.
we're gonna kill it, save it, or ignore it. I mean, we're not gonna ignore it. Let's go.
Yeah, Mary's not ignoring that.
I
Okay.
go with Mary.
Yep. Follow you guys.
All right, so eventually you come up on. I'm gonna move you down a little past this little tree, little clearing into this little clearing here. Put you like right here, and what you see on the ground right here is a polar bear, and it's on its side. You see blood in the snow around it, and next to the polar bear, you see a half orc looking person who's standing over it and looks like all of you give me a survivor roll real quick.
Okay. So much better.
Oh yeah, look at all these survivors. Oh, Castiel, yeah, you have no idea what's going on. But yeah, it looks like this druid or this half orc is lending aid to the bear, and I'm going to make a quick perception roll to see if it spots you coming up. You're not,
I mean,
you're
what
not
kind of snow are we in? How crunchy is it?
Well, actually, he's not going to notice you at first because he seems preoccupied with the bear. You would spot him first, so you guys got first action, first whatever you want to do.
I convey the information of how he's a druid to the rest of my people here. So Mary, you brought us here. How do you want to move forward?
I yell out, "Hey, Druid, do you need any help?"
He looks up alarmed, kind of moves up here, and like he bears his quarterstaff. Stay back! And he demands.
All right.
I mean, we are. We're not coming any closer, but your bear friend looks like he needs help. Can we do anything to help you out? We got two clerics and a stick, meat shield.
Hey,
I'm a healer of Pelor.
I'm offended.
Give me a,
I'm
persuasion
okay
roll
with
at
that.
advantage.
Ooh.
Either one of you, or both.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Mary's the one talking, so Mary. He lowers his staff and he says, "Yeah, I don't. If you so you got magic healing. I don't. Come on, help."
I'm gonna
Uh,
stand watch over everything.
yeah. I'm gonna throw a healing spell. Which one? Hmm, which one? Unless our friend of Pilor wants to do anything.
Yeah. How bad is the bear?
There's a big tear in its side, and it's a rough tear too. It doesn't look like it was like a cut or a clean cut, but something stabbed in it and tore.
Excuse me, half orc. Do you have a name I can call you by?
I am, and he puts. I'll put in the chat.
Um,
I'm I'm Fringal.
Yeah.
I'll use my celestial healing of hands. Oh, I gotta tap on it.
Maybe target it. Actually, you don't have to do that. Just what do you have to use the spell?
Um, it's my natural ability.
Oh, okay, okay. There it is. Healing hands.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Excuse me, Finkel. What did the damage here?
Well, as Castiel kneels down and puts his hands on the bear, he's watching. Castiel looks at you and he says, "A big, big bloody walrus. He was. I told you, stay away from that walrus." And the bear looks up at the druid and just goes, "Rrrr." And then, but then, like the wound starts closing, the wound starts healing, the bear starts feeling better, and kind of like he stands up and kind of Castiel, the bear, gives you a big nudge with its head, like a thankful nudge, and uh, and he says,
I pat it on his head.
"Thank you." Frimgall says, I didn't know I didn't know what I was gonna do. I was hoping I was trying to mix some salves together, but I don't have a lot with me. Not a lot grows out here, but lucky you came by.
Oh, look at you and your friend here.
Yeah, yeah. And he kind of looks at the bear. You going by that? You go near that walrus again? The bear goes, just shakes his head. "Rrr." Where are y'all heading?
Heading down south. Is there any information you can share with us?
Well, it's pretty. There's a lot of stuff out here. South, what, like to Unga Forge?
Correct.
Well, I mean, if you'd like, as payment, I don't have a coin on me, but me and my friend here will accompany you and until we get to the city. Obviously, we're not going in the city, but if we run into something, we'll be there to help you.
Okay. I don't mean to inconvenience you at all.
All right.
It cost us nothing besides time, and we've got a little bit of it to spare. I was just wondering for information. I'd be happy. I'd personally be happy with just that payment. But if you wish to accompany us, I have no opposition to it. It's something that I'm gonna have to discuss with my friends here.
No, it's no inconvenience to us. We wander this wilderness a lot, so
Okay.
I am.
All right,
I'm here for
guys,
that.
huddle. What do you guys think?
I think we should bring the bear.
I can imagine us all. We're all huddling up, and there's just like brief whispers from all parties.
occasionally you look up and look back at them.
Yeah, fine with it. Mary's fine with it. What's
Yeah, I am pro bear team.
Nah, I'm okay with this.
All right, so cool. Well, we'd be happy for you to accompany us to the city down south.
Splendid, splendid. So, yeah, the bear kind of gives an approving roar as well, and y'all continue down south with your new companion. Oh, someone just did. Oh, now she's back. All right, so that was day one. Let's see anything going to happen on night one while you're camping, hanging out. No. All right, day two.
How are you determining these?
17 or higher.
Oh, yeah, 17.
So this is day two. All right, and let's see.
Well, we have a fucking bear. All right,
Yeah,
I think we got this. Unless it's a dragon, which I'm gonna piss my pants.
what's 55? Let's see what 55 says. Okay, let me take a quick second to look something up. Okay, yeah, that'll be good. Okay, and then let me roll two of these. Okay. So you're hanging out, or you're traveling. You've rested the night, and you're moving on through day two. Kind of moving your way south along those hills, and there are a lot of woods through the hills and such. So you're making your way south along that land. So everyone, go ahead and give me a another perception roll.
Alrighty. Large.
Nope.
Hey, you don't have to show off, Mary.
I don't have to. I want to.
Okay, so we'll say it's both Mary and August. You're the first to notice that kind of like circling high in the sky are three of these griffins, and they seem to be kind of circling and stalking your party, and they got their eyes set on that polar bear. They think
I get the
three of us. We got three of us. I think we could take a polar bear. That'll feed us for a good while.
the druid's attention.
He's like, oh no. See what you done? He kind of like elbows the bear. Bear just goes, "Rrr." Well, let's see. If we could discourage them somehow or deter them, because they may think the three of them is a good is a good match for them against us. He's like, what can I do? What can I do? What can y'all do?
I could set this forest in fire. Wait, no, that's kind of like against your. Never
I was
mind.
the last one.
Never
Wait,
mind.
how high are they?
They are circling about. Let's see. They are circling about. Oh, no, their fly speed. Fly speed. Okay, I always forget to look at their fly speed as a regular speed. Okay, they're about 150 feet up.
Oh my goodness.
Kind of like weigh in the situation, weigh in their odds. And if you want, give me. Let's see. Griffins aren't natural, so if you want, give me arcane roll, history roll. I'd even let you roll religion if you had that. If you want to know stuff about a griffin.
Okay.
I mean, we can just like kill them and sell their shit.
That's true.
I'm sure griffins have like valuable body parts.
Here's got a 15. Anyone else want to try with one of those
Oh, yeah.
rolls?
What is it?
Religion, arcane, or history?
I'm gonna roll a history.
Hey.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So Castiel and Mary, Mary. You've heard tales of these griffins, like trying to stalk and hunt Santa's reindeer. Castiel, you've heard of these things as well throughout historical. They're not like intelligent beings. They're animals. They're hunters, and they wanna eat meat and stuff. They're pretty tough though. They're really fast. They're pretty tough as far as their durability. And let's see.
Could I spend a minute observing them let me find the actual thing it's called. No, to know my enemy.
You can. And also they have. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and do that. See what else we can throw in here.
Let me see if it's in the VVT so I can just post it up here. There we go. It doesn't read a description. You want me to read it?
Yeah.
Okay. If you spend at least 1 minute observing or interacting with another creature outside of combat, you can learn information about its capabilities compared to your own. Strength score, dexterity score, constitution, armor class, current HP, total class levels, if any, fighter class levels, if any. And that's it.
So like compared to you.
Yeah, I'm like sizing it up compared to me, pretty much.
Okay.
So I
And
don't think I don't get exact numbers, but I think it's like
yeah.
higher than me, lower than me.
Okay. So it's stronger than you. It's more dexterous than you. It's about the same constitution. They're not intelligent. They're just animals. But it's probably wiser than you. And because it's feathery and furry and cute, it's about the same charisma as you. Um, it probably doesn't have.
Rude.
It probably doesn't have. It probably doesn't have as many hit points as you, but it's not that less.
Okay,
And there's three of
so
them.
we're looking at a health pool on average of 150 hit points.
And and the rest of you with your other roles, and all of you can put together with your friend, with your druid friend there, that they won't attack if they think the target is stronger. Because yeah, they're just like animals. Like they'll only attack something if they think they have the advantage, and that's what they're sizing up right now as they circle around you.
I cast enlarge on the bear.
Nice. That's what they want, yeah. Casting large on the shit.
All right, go ahead and put that in the chat there.
Good thinking, Mary.
Sorry, I'm having trouble getting it to write up in
Yeah.
the chat.
Do you have to target the bear first? You may have to target the bear.
I think I
Maybe.
says I must target
Yeah.
when I'm clicking on it.
Oh, click the target button there on the left-hand column. It looks like the little circles. If you look to the left, those control buttons, the one that's a little
Looks like an
circle.
archery target.
Yeah, it looks like an archery target.
There we go. I got it.
There you go. Yeah. Oh wow.
I'm
So you
gonna tell
can.
the bear to fail the Constitution roll.
It fails. Yeah, it fails. So if the bear is large, it's going to go up to huge, right?
Holy crap.
It's a big bear.
That's a big bear. And a griffin. Let me put this next to size here. How big is a
Like
griffin?
Clifford.
Is that so? With three griffins. No, I'm going to adjust this bear here for a second. Oh wait a minute, what happened? I didn't mean to do that. Let's see. Let's go to token. Let's see appearance. Let's make him 3 by 3. Update token. Did he get bigger? Yeah, he got bigger.
He got bigger. Oh my god, we're so small.
Okay,
Um,
Mary, give me a deception or persuasion. I'll let you choose at advantage. We're gonna
Telling
see.
the orphans to go
We're gonna
away.
see what these. We're gonna see what these griffins think here. Oh wow!
Oh my goodness.
Look at that.
I think they're intimidated.
So let's see. Let's see how wise they are. Let's see.
Mary said go away.
Okay. Yeah. So this bear just starts growing like Hulk, but white fur and stuff. And the when the bear grows, the griffins take a little bit higher altitude to look, and then they see they kind of take a couple more circles around, and then they start to circle away. Maybe there's easier prey elsewhere.
Told you the bear was useful.
Yeah, yeah, because if they weren't there, that encounter still would have happened, and you would have been facing three griffins on your own. So nice. Okay, so that was day 2. So how about night 2? Night 2 is clear. Last day, day 3, and then night 3.
nice.
Okay. So, as you make your way to Ungerforge, you're kind of reaching the outskirts of the area, and then your druid friend, what did I say his name was? Where'd it go?
Pringle.
Fringle. Okay. Let me kind of see if I can add that here. Fringle. Fringle. Okay. He's like, well, friends, this has been a fun trip. I've enjoyed hanging with you and sharing your fire and the food and food. We're not really gonna go into the city. Don't like to go in there, but Queen Unga, she's a special lady. She's got that there's a really nice oasis under the mountain, and I really think you're going to enjoy it. Oh, but she has a rule: you can't take weapons and armor in there.
Shit. All
Into
right.
into the sacred Glen section. It's a holy place, she says. I've been in there a couple times. It's really nice. You just sit in this water, and it's the warmest, most relaxing water ever. And you just come out of it just thinking clear-headed, and maladies are gone, wounds are healed. Yeah, you're gonna like it.
Interesting. Thank you for guiding us here
Yeah.
and accompanying us. It's been a pleasure.
And if you make your way out and if we run into each other again, that would be fun.
I agree.
Definitely.
Bye, Bear.
He gives you he nudges his head against you, and let me kind of move us back to here. We have made it to Lunga Forge. All right, let me take a look at my notes for that. All right. So you make it to the gates of the city, and here the guards they're it's big dwarven city, dwarven guards, and they wave you in like as, oh hey you yeah y'all come in, y'all can come in. Like they don't charge you a gate toll or anything, kind of like they're expecting you. And
As I
they
say, are we expected?
yeah. And he says, oh, absolutely. The queen has heard of your coming and has requested your presence in the sacred glen. That's a big deal. Like, you usually got to wait in line to get into the sacred glen to enjoy the benefits there. But she's made it clear that you're to seek her out there immediately when you get here.
All right.
Interesting.
So can you point us in the right direction? We're
Yeah,
naturally new here.
yeah. He tells you how to get there. So you're,
Awesome.
you're making your way through this dwarven city. Now you're underground now. Big open caverns, statues, big arches, and such. And as you're making your way through, I want you to give me either your choice, perception or insight.
I'm gonna do insight.
Ooh, wow.
Also, I'm gonna take off my armor because I know where this is going.
That was an 18 total for Mary.
Oh my goodness, Mary.
18. Okay.
Mary's already got on a shower cap and a bathing suit.
Whoopsie, ready to go.
I imagine I'm walking and I'm just slowly like hobbling while I take off pieces of my armor.
Um, Now, August, yeah, as you're moving about, a lot of dwarves around, and other races too. They're coming here to trade with the dwarves. But you pick up as you're moving about because you're passing through a market, you're passing through some areas. You hear a lot of clanging, a lot of hammers banging, but you pick up on what almost breaks out into a fight. Couple dwarves are arguing about some money owed, and then but one of those dwarves mentions, "Look, I can't get in there to mine. What do you want? We put all this money to get in there and mine what's in there, but she won't let us in." And you start hearing that theme a lot. She won't let us in. Amongst other dwarves, it's kind of like a thing happening. Now, when you reach this archway, Past all the buildings, past all the markets and the stands and such, you definitely start feeling like a divine, like all of you start feeling this this divine energy starting to radiate out of this archway. And as you make your way there, let me pull something up here.
Do I recognize it?
Uh, it's
Does it,
restore.
does it feel
It's
similar to Grandpa?
kinda. It's warm and refreshing and soothing, kind of like sunlight.
God, what is this feeling? Is this like crack?
Car- okay.
Almost
One
reminds me
second
of
here.
home. A little often.
Crack is your home? Is
Uh,
everything okay, Castile?
Grandpa is Pelor. Or
Oh,
my grandfather is Pelor.
miscommunication. I'm sorry.
And as you make it, this arch leads into a kind of a more narrow hall. It was a big kind of more open cavern. Now we're kind of moving into a more narrow hall, not like confined or anything, but noticeably narrower. And when you reach the end of this hall, you see a man, a person standing there, kind of looks like so. And he puts his hands when he sees you. He puts his hand together and he gives you a bow, and he says, "Greetings, friends. My name is Karabor, and I am the steward of the sacred glen. The queen has in charged me with keeping this glen pure, and she has invited you in, provided you are willing to abide by the rules. No arms, no armors are allowed in, as well as hostile thoughts must be left out as well."
That's gonna be hard. I'm so sorry.
I don't know that we can do that one. That's that might be a
I am so sorry. I'm troubled by those thoughts. I mean, I'm not gonna hurt anybody, but I.
Your equipment and gear and such possessions will remain safe while you are visiting the glen, and you can retrieve them when you leave.
I got a little duffel bag. Everything's already in it. I toss it at him.
Where do I put this? I have all of my. I already have everything that needs to be taken away, ready to be taken.
Okay.
I just need to know where they
Yeah,
go.
he's got a little alcove, a little closet, a little place to hang stuff and put stuff, little boxes and stuff. And now, is anyone going to try to sneak anything in?
Uh,
No.
I I bring in a two. Well, I still wear my belt on my robe, and it has the 2 healing potions on it. That's it.
Okay.
No weapons. Not that I need it.
I'm just gonna leave everything. I'm just gonna bring me and my clothes.
All
I
right.
mean,
Um,
it's just me
I'm
and him in
gonna
here.
I'm gonna ask him. So about those malicious thoughts, can you give like a can you give some context or clarification?
The Glen is a place of that is free of hostility and violence. The Queen has maintained that so for a very very long time. And if you were to come in with hostile thoughts, we would hope that those thoughts would be washed away once you experience the joy of the Glen.
Now, hostile thoughts, you mean like malice intent on hurting someone in the Glen?
Sure.
Okay, I think I'm okay. Am I gonna am I gonna catch on fire or something?
Are you going to set yourself on fire?
No. I
Then
mean,
Honestly, it
no,
could go either
no.
way with that one.
maybe.
You're not helping my case, Mary, please.
then
I
I
wasn't trying to.
then I see no reason why you should catch fire.
I mean, I don't want totally don't have a history with yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, can I even take off my gauntlets since they're attuned?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. I feel weaker as I take them off.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody's put some kryptonite on you.
No.
I'm totally thinking malice intent thoughts right now. Not gonna tell anyone that, but if someone wants to do it, if anyone wants to do a certain check or anything, you can definitely. It's not hard to see.
I telepathically mentioned to August, I really hope that warlock patrons are okay.
Get out of my head.
I feel like that kind of always counts as a malice and intention to harm.
Most of the time, I guess. Yeah.
But I don't say that out loud.
Private conversation, brain thoughts right now.
No
Look,
crumpets.
if I catch on fire, I think I'll be happy with the thought that you'll catch on fire too. Okay.
I'll catch on fire.
I
Alright,
think.
let's go.
Let's go. Time to go catch on fire.
Hot tub time.
Okay, now once you are disarmed and disarmored, Karabor leads you down the hallway, and when it opens up, you see this enormous cavern and this very high ceiling, and in the center of this cavern is a pool of water, a very large pool of water. And it's even set up so that around the edges of the pool of water, you can see people. It's almost like a beach, right? But there's no sand; it's just rock, right? So you got people in the water, you got people on the side of the water, and kind of sitting up on the opposite side, kind of like in a dais, but made of rock and decorated with vines and such. You see this old lady.
I am visibly uncomfortable. Unrelated to the old lady. Unrelated to the old lady.
I'll put her here. And she kind of slowly lifts her head up as she sees all of you, and kind of like waves you over. And Karabor kind of escorts you over there. Might I present Queen Helja Ungar, Queen of the Unga Forge, and caretaker of the sacred glen. And she welcomes
Hi.
you. Hi. Yo.
Sorry. Hi.
Queen, Your Majesty, thank you for inviting us to your sacred glen. And Mary starts slowly stepping into the water.
Yep.
I stay out of the water.
You get your toes in the water, and yeah, it feels like it's warm. Like so, everything else in this area is like cold and frigid, but then this is a nice warm oasis in the middle of all of this frigidness. And
I fly about 5 feet up and kind of drop down like a little rock.
bloop. Okay, and yeah, the water surrounds you. It's refreshing. It's warm. It's magical too. You can definitely sense there's magical energy coming up from wherever this water is coming from. And while you're kind of enjoying the water, Castile and August, give me a let's see, what would be good for this? How about I'll let you choose perception or investigation.
Perception for me.
Okay, whichever you choose.
I will investigate. I'm too busy losing my shit right now.
You're just not. You're like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. So
This environment is giving me PTSD, guys.
So Castiel, it's you who notice as you're looking around, like you're checking out the walls of this cavern, you can make out like veins of ore kind of like running through these walls. You spot gold, you spot platinum, you spot silver, you spot sections where there could be like enormous amounts of gems in there. And as you're looking around, you realize you are sitting in like an untapped treasure trove. There's like so much ore that could be taken out of this area. If you can get some hammers in here, some pickaxes in here, this would feed a kingdom for over a century as far as it's like the wealth that could be brought just from this section. And you're just kind of looking around and seeing that.
I kind of laughed to myself thinking about the doors. They were saying they won't let her in. I'm like, this is much of what they meant.
All right, so Mary, you're in the water. Do you have any negative conditions, maladies, sickness, illnesses, or anything currently going on?
No, I'm pretty healthy.
Okay,
Maybe a bit of a cavity.
okay. That cavity will kind of heal up, and you will gain 10 temporary hit points and
Ooh.
a free inspiration that you can use later. As you're kind of, I imagine you're just kind of like on your back, floating in this water, diving under sometimes, just having the greatest of time, and yeah, that's going to result in inspiration later.
Me and Prancer are actually having a water polo fight, but nobody else will fight. He's like up on my shoulders.
You challenging someone.
Yeah, but nobody wants to. Everybody's very serious.
Okay, there's a couple dwarves. They dive in. They're like, all right, yeah, but they get on the shoulders, and I mean, I don't imagine how tall a pseudo dragon on the shoulders of a halfling would be.
Fairy. I'm a fairy.
Oh, fairy. I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot you're a fairy.
Still, I'm only 3 feet tall.
Yeah, so that's that. So
You need some help?
two dwarves are going to be still taller than you. So, and August, you're kind of checking things out, and you see Mary having a great time in the water. You see, you look over and see Castiel, like kind of like giving some scrutiny to the walls of the place. What do you want to do?
I'm very uncomfortable. I'm just gonna like hang out. I suppose I'm not getting in the water.
I
This
I'll
is
get in
bringing
the
back
water
some
and see if
uncomfortable
the veins go
memories.
into the water.
Say again.
I'm gonna go in the water and see if the veins go into the pool.
You're gonna dive under and kind of look around on the floor.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay. Um, and the same sensations I was describing for Mary are starting to surround you as the warm water surrounds you. You're feeling its divine energy, kind of like circling around and through you. If you had any kind of illnesses or maladies, they would be going away. You're getting 10 temporary hit points, and you're gaining an inspiration as you kind of move about in this water.
Does this water affect me any different being uh, a radiant soul myself?
Uh, I would say differently. I mean, you could just feel it more intently because this is definitely a well source of good divine energy coming up.
It's not like making my eyes glow or anything.
Oh no,
Or
no, no.
okay, I was like, it's activating everything. um, does the veins go into the water?
Yes, yes. It's everywhere in here.
I see. I try to see if I can find the strongest source of radiance in the pond pool.
Okay. What's your constitution? How long can you hold your breath?
Uh, let's see. Um, let's see. Does it say I need to breathe? Uh,
I think angels still need to breathe.
okay.
Yeah, unless it says specifically that you don't.
I'm just
It's just
radiant.
kind of assumed.
Let me
Oh,
look.
my constitution is 12.
12. Okay, let me look. Let me take a quick look at. Let's see. Where are the drowning rules or like underwater rules? That's what I'm trying to find. Maybe wilderness, unusual environments. Underwater. Here we go. Underwater. Swimming. Why won't You tell me. Okay, we got a 12 Constitution. All right, I'm just gonna go with something here real quick. I'm not gonna waste a lot of time looking for that. All right, so a 12 Constitution. Oh, where am I? Sorry, wrong button here. Now it's deep. So the deeper you swim, the more concentrated it feels. So like the source feels like it's deep. So you can swim to a certain extent, but it's going to be too deep to keep going at some point. But you do pick up that it gets stronger the deeper you go. And it's kind of radiating outward from the bottom there.
Um, I'm not gonna cause trouble. Never mind. I have control water, so I can park the water to let me go deeper. uh,
Well, you pop back up. In August, you see Castiel dive under the water for a while, swim underwater, pops back up, and like he seems to be like feeling great. Mary seems to be feeling great. Everyone in the water seems to be feeling great, and you're sitting out there on the edge, moaning and complaining. And the queen's looking at you like, what's wrong?
I mean no disrespect, but this place is very uncomfortable for me for very personal reasons.
You don't like feeling good?
It's um I don't like to be wet.
Oh, okay. And she kind of gets up and hobbles over to the edge and kind of like slowly like makes her way to you. She puts her hand in the water, starts to kind of swirl it around, and then she splashes up on you.
I step back.
And she goes, "Water scares you, huh?"
No, it's a feeling. The feeling of being coated. It's submerged almost. Waterlogged.
They seem to like it. She points to the people swimming in.
Um they do. It's just my personal problems.
Well, fair enough. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do here. If you just want to sit on the
Thank you for
edge
understanding.
and enjoy the radiance, you could do that as well. Why? So
Thank you.
what have you come here for?
Hey, Mary, Mary,
Can you talk to this old lady,
There he
please?
is, swimming around like a
talk,
little fish.
talk, talk,
You are
please.
on your own, buddy.
I hear you save King Orin's life.
That we did. I also, yes, we saved his life and killed the assassin. And I'm purposefully omitting the information about the firebomb in the rug.
when is that supposed to happen?
Yeah, King Orin, he's a good little gnome. Got wrapped up in some. He got wrapped up in a bad crowd a long time ago with that queen of the East, Queen Valanthe.
Heard about her past and those giants.
But one thing I think is certain is that we here will be safe from that. Whatever her plans are, she's probably got some schemes going. I understand you visited King Siren as well, and there's things happening in his kingdom that it seems to line up to her making a move soon.
Yes, ma'am. I believe there's great things going on.
And then it's not a moment. A little while later, the two of you are swimming, enjoying. You've got your 10 pin points. You got your inspiration. You're hanging out, and August, since you don't have to roll or anything. Since you are out of the pool and you're talking, you're gonna be the first to notice, like coming through the the archway is this guy. He's got arms. He's armored. He's got arms, and he's got a couple other dwarves behind him, maybe about three other dwarves. And Karabor here spots him too, and like immediately kind of runs up to him, and like you see him trying to like talk to this dwarf and the others in a very hushed tone, and it looks like he's trying to like guide them back. And you can't be here. You can't be here. Um, you
We have civil unrest.
Since you're the first one to see anything, do you want to do anything?
I'm gonna tell my party and tell the ask the old lady, is this normal? Is this expected civil unrest? I mean, is this civil unrest? What's going on?
She looks up and she scratches her head and rolls her eyes. And then eventually, these dwarves kind of like move their way past, not like violently, but push their way past Karabor here and make their way to like the edge of the glen. And let's see here. Give me a second here. Okay, so yeah, this dwarf and a few of his buddies storm in here, and he says very angrily, "Queenunga, we demand that you hear our concerns." And the queen just kind of looks up and says, "You are not allowed in here with such arms and armor on, Genera Trollbleeder. You should know such rules. You have been told them many, many, many times." I'm done talking, Genera says. "We are done talking about this. We demand that you open up, you allow rights to this place. Look at this. The resources that this place alone would provide would make us the dominant power in this region." "That's probably true," the queen says. "I don't doubt that one bit. But still, my rules stands." And like you see the other dwarf starting to get angry, and they start, he starts giving all these reasons why the queen should let us in here. We should be able to mine this place. We're dwarves. This is what we do. Look at, you're denying us our birthright. We demand to be able to come in here and be able to exercise our natural things. And she just nods her head, like she's like it's going in one ear and out the other. Now, by now, the rest of you and the other two of you in the water are picking up on what's happening. Like you pop up and like from the water, and you see these two people arguing. Do any of you three want to do anything?
Yep. I activate something.
What would you
You
like?
Nope.
said this is a holy place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I activate Radiant Soul, and I fly above the water as graceful as I can. And I say, "This is a place, a holy place. You have been told you are not welcomed here with arms and armor. Leave now, or I will make you."
Give me. I'm gonna say, give me intimidation. Normal intimidation, unless you want to use your inspiration. No, no, no. What? No, I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna go ahead and give you advantage on that. Yeah, take advantage on that intimidation. Yeah, you're like this angel flying above them in this holy spot. That's a pretty big deal.
I was gonna use thaumaturgy to kind of have flames, radiant flames, dancing around him, so he looks more holy.
Even more.
All right, so we got a 9 out of D4 to that because of her flames dancing around you.
Oh, oh, nope. How do I minus things?
Just add a D4. Oh, right click it, I think.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, yeah.
Hey!
All right, so we got 13 in total. Let's see.
I was gonna just use the inspiration for a natural 20 if that was possible.
I'll let you use it if you want to roll it again.
Uh. Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
make another intimidation roll. You're using that inspiration, and we'll add 4 to it. We'll keep that D4. Well, no, not at advantage again.
Oh.
Well, all right,
Sorry.
we'll just take all right, we'll take that anyway. So 17. All right, we'll give you a 17. All right. So let's see if this guy's feeling ballsy enough to stand up to you.
Oh,
Oh. I put it so I used it.
That's fine. Okay. So he's looking up at you, and the other dwarves behind him are looking up at you, and they kind of like tug on his shoulder. And it's like we should go. We should go, Janera. Yeah, we shouldn't do it. We shouldn't do this. And Janera looks at the queen, looks up at you, and he's like, "You," and points to the queen. Like he's just so frustrated, he doesn't know what to say. So he just turns around and stomps off with his group.
that's a little childish.
And she's looking up at you. She hasn't really moved. She's still kind of sitting on the same edge of the same area where she splashed August earlier, and she's just been sitting there the whole time. But now she's looking up at you.
I kind of land next to her, and I drop it, and I say, I'm sorry. This is a holy place, and you have asked them politely not to bring weapons in."
She gives you a smile and a wink. She says, "Oh my boy, what you've done was far less than what I was about to do. It's a good thing you chased them off. Janera's a good dwarf. He's fought many battles for this kingdom, but he's gotten in his head that he should come in here and he gets to do what he wants, and that's not going to happen here." And he looks, and she puts her hand on your shoulder, Castiel, and says, "You though, you come here whenever you want." And she points to Mary, "You too." And she kind of even looks at August and him, I guess, too.
Thank you, I suppose.
Wow.
Thank you.
Well, with that said, she kind of starts walking in the pool, and she starts doing her little old lady routine in the pool. You know, old dwarf lady routine. You know, the little exercises that they do.
Backstrokes.
And she's good at it too. She's in that pool, moving around. You know, it rejuvenates her as well. And you're spending a good time. In August, do you ever get in the water?
No, I stay out of the water.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and give you an inspiration for role playing that thing out pretty well, because you know they're getting 10 hit points. You know they're getting an inspiration, but you're refusing to go in the water anyway. So for role playing that well, I'm going to give you an inspiration.
Very cool.
And then, yeah, you're hanging out. They bring food in, all like natural food, right? You know, there's meat too as well, but yeah, but there's a lot of underground food. So there's a lot of funguses here, that mushrooms and such, underwater moss and such that they kind of prepared, you know, in various ways. And you're hanging out and having a good time. And then everyone give me perception, but August, give me you're at advantage because you're not in the water.
They came back.
Perception. There it is.
All right, so August, you're the one who notices that in that archway, no, they don't come back, but another dwarf comes back. He's not armed, he's not armored. He looks like, you know, he's some kind of clerk or servant of some sort, and he's looking into the area. Carabor, I mean, and kind of walks up to him kind of hastily, and you see them kind of, he leans in, because, you know, this is an elf. He leans into the dwarf so the dwarf can talk to him, and he turns up and he looks back at y'all, and like, not y'all specifically, just like into the room, and his face like looks like panicked, and he kind of walks back into the room very hurriedly.
We're all being targeted. Nope. I got a bad feeling, guys.
Okay, 1 second here. Let me just make sure I deliver this correctly. just double check something here. Okay. Yeah, so he comes back up, and he kind of gets to the edge. He gets to the edge of the pool, and he motions for the queen to come up, and all of you see this, and and the queen makes it up to him, and all of you hear what he says, and he says, "Your Majesty, we have just received dire word. The human town of Midton has it has been destroyed. It's gone. The people are dead. The buildings are destroyed. The whole place has been devastated." And she kind of looks up. Those poor people. I hope they find their way to peace somehow. Midton, you say, the town of Midton. He says, "Yes, yes, Your Majesty." "Do we know what destroyed it?" And reports are a large beast that came from the ground. We there was a survivor that managed to make it to Knackle Hill and tell them what's going on, and then that's when they sent word to us. What kind of monster? And then all you get a free check, like you auto pass it, like she now, like something just now like sparked in her mind. What kind of monster? We don't know specifically, but it was large and it came out of the ground.
They be giants and shit.
Well, I wonder if another human town will be destroyed in such a way. And she looks at the three of you.
Yeah, okay, we'll go.
I raise an eyebrow. I'm like, what are you asking?
Just give us a place and name, and just
Where's the
we'll
next
go.
one?
Well, she says that she kind of starts filling you in on some putting some key things you've already kind of picked up on, but she starts kind of connecting these things. So you've dealt with the political conspiracy in Ilnasdale, right? The potential the investigation into that king's murder. You ran into some political situations in Knackle Hill. Someone was trying to assassinate that king because he knew of this queen's possession. And remember, he was talking about that possession they found together when they were out adventuring, and he thinks it has something to do with being able to control some sort of giant monster. Now, the final thing that links all of this together that the queen tells you about is that these humans who kind of live out in these areas here, right, in these towns,
Hmm.
they're ruled by a king from this city, King Lorandia. And she tells you that this king is a recent widower, and the Queen of Nilodale has been very aggressive in her courting efforts. If
Marry me, or three cities will fall. Three towns will fall.
she thinks that if she marries this king, then all of this land becomes hers.
Don't think that's how that works.
Actually, I think that's exactly how it works.
Yeah, I mean, if they're married, then he still has to die of natural causes, and
I mean,
Natural
well,
causes are
there's a succession of
illegal.
assets.
A a whole bunch of poison is technically a natural cause.
Yeah, well,
Well, the metal of a blade is natural, right? It comes from the earth, so a blade is a natural cause.
yeah.
Well, he says, or she says, so we have several things we could look at. We could go we can go check out the town, see if there's anything to learn there. There's other kingdoms you can go check out, other towns you can go check out, um, or you can stay here as long as you'd like, and let whatever happens happens. It's not going to affect us that much.
Hmm.
So,
All right.
yeah, no, she's not telling you to go somewhere, but she's giving you options, and you can explore as you'd like.
Interesting. So we can kick it back. You guys can kick it back. I'm just gonna, hang out. We can
Or
go.
whatever this is.
We can go stomp around to these human towns and fucking whip ourselves to exhaustion, figuring out what's going on. What's next town? Maybe we can kill this monster. Maybe we can go kill the queen or steal the artifact. God, I wish Willow was here.
Do we feel we would have a good chance taking on the queen? Because I feel like maybe that would be a no.
Well,
Yeah, we probably get fucking.
Queen Unga says she has grown in power since since she was an adventurer, and it's been now she's been a queen for many years, so she's continued to grow in power.
She knows the whole song and dance. We're gonna get our asses beat.
And you'd
Do
be
we
going
think
into
we
her
know?
territory.
Yeah, that's the part that I don't love. Do we think we know where the beast is going to strike next?
I don't think the queen's talking. I don't think she's going to attack the city because that's where the king lives. That's his source of power, and that's where he wants. So, or that's what she wants. So one of these towns might be in jeopardy. One of these other towns might be. If because she's probably going to wait, right? She's probably going to wait until she gets a message from the king, like, "Hey, do you want to marry me now? I can." And she's probably even phrasing it like, "I'll protect you from these things. Like, I didn't send this to attack you, but I'll protect you from them."
Do you have a way to quickly speak with
You'd
the King of
probably
Lorandia?
want to keep Galanton. Galanton has ocean access, has access to the oceans, and that's a trade asset. So I don't think that'd be logistically wise to destroy it.
So then
Well,
Fazil,
if
That's my
Queen
bet.
go ahead.
un, if the Queen that we're speaking to can get a message to the King of Lorandia, because I'm pretty sure the monarchs here all have a way to talk to each other relatively quickly,
Hmm.
and tell him not to say yes, but just kind of buy us time. Hedge your bets. Waffle back and forth. Think about it. I don't really want to, but I need time to think this over. We can go investigate Midton and see if we can find out what kind of beast this is, and if it has any weaknesses, if there's any information. And then we can move to, because I kind of agree with you. I'd probably go for Fazell next, because that's Midton is kind of in the middle of nowhere doing nothing, but Gallatin is a port city and is probably a lot more useful.
If you're trying to take someone's assets, you don't want to kill them all. Mitten and Fazell have the most, or sorry, they're the like least of a loss. You lose houses. There's not really a logistical purpose to keep those. They have access to a river. That's about it. But trade boats can't really reach the rivers.
Yeah, like Fazell
Not
looks
big
like it's
ones.
a stop on the way to another area, but you can always throw another town up there. It's kind of hard to rebuild the port city. Anyway,
Yeah.
so we tell the king to stall and buy us time, go investigate Midton, see if we can find anything else out, and then head to Fazell and hope that that's where the beast is going to attack next.
She says,
Sounds good.
I can certainly get such a message to the king of Lorandia. And just as another option, because we do have, we have like a monarch trying to assert power over this lands, but there's another factor down here, this Elven Kingdom Gallandale, Queen Peleus Gallan. But we're not sure what she thinks about all this yet.
Hmm.
I mean, we could send some messengers to her too and just kind of feel her out.
Well, I want to make sure I'm not getting too wrapped up in this. I feel I'm already stretching my neck out a little bit, well, by sending a message to the King of Lorandia. Um, but perhaps you can go feel her out.
I was about to say it's not that far from Finzil. We can someone well most of our party stays behind. We can send an envoy, whoever wants to go talk to the queen to request an audience and poke her brain.
And you also may remember the sister of this king up here fled to here after the failed coup. So
Yeah.
and some of the conspirators of that king's murder are here too.
Well, that's not a
Interesting.
great sign.
She's
Yeah,
housing
but
she's housing conspirators.
it's it's not a bad sign either,
No, no, it's a bad
because
sign. Yeah, it's a bad sign.
hmm,
It says, if nothing else, the queen is going to be unhelpful.
And
my
we
thought
will.
process is that she's trying to take a land to contest another queen, the one in Niledale.
So we have 3 elf monarchs and 1 human monarch in this area. Oh, and a gnome and a dwarf.
Interesting. I don't know. We can always poke her here. It's not that far away, like a day and a half.
Why don't we investigate Midton first,
Of course.
and then see if we have any more solid plans after that?
Sounds good.
I like that plan.
All right, so we're making our way to Midton. All right, cool. Now, let's see where we at here. Let's take a quick break. I'm gonna pause the recording. All right, we're back on, and we're making our way to Midton to investigate this attack. All right, so we're traveling back up there. So let's see. It's going to be about the same amount of time. So let me make some rolls here. We'll do the same amount of rolls. Here we go. Day 1. What's happening? Day 1. Nothing.
We're in the back.
Night 1. Anything happening on night 1? Oh, what's going to happen at night? Well, it's not good when
That's a
something
question.
happens at night. Ooh, what's a 90? What's a 98?
Crap.
It's a very high number.
It is a very high number. It's 2 away from 100.
Man, I wonder what's 100.
The worm.
Let's not find out.
The worm? I don't want to
Purple-
know what the
purple
worm
worm.
is.
Or whatever destroyed the town. It came out from the ground.
Have you guys ever watched like a B-rated movie called Graboids or something?
Yes, I have.
Oh my
I
god,
watched them
I want
all.
to rewatch it.
What's it called?
Graboids.
Grab Boys? That's kind of a weird name.
It's weird.
Oh, why do I have
Like
Alan
these
down here?
little monsters that are. I don't know. It's
It's
just
called Tremors.
yeah, they're called Graboids. Actual
Oh,
little monsters.
the Tremors. Okay, I've heard. I think I saw the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so um, everyone, you're camped out right now. When camping out here is rough because the sun's down, the wind's up, and it's even colder. So you're all like really huddled close together near a fire, covered in furs, trying to stay as warm as you can. So
This shit sucks.
yeah. So give me a and it's a vast contrast to the super nice warm spring y'all were just hanging out in. So everyone give me a perception roll.
Okay. One moment. Uh-oh. I just roll my initiative. I'm so sorry.
You'd think having spent so much more time at the North Pole, Mary would be so much better at this.
We just got out of that warm pool earlier in the day,
Okay,
so
sorry.
that's what you're thinking about. I want to be back in that pool.
Perception correct?
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's all right. Well, take your time.
I'm I'm thinking about something else.
Yeah, Mary's just wishing that she can be back in the pool. August is wishing he can be anywhere else. And Castile. So, you're kind of like huddled with your friends around this fire, sipping on this broth, trying to keep your insides warm, and you set your little cup down. And y'all seen Jurassic Park?
Oh, huh.
No.
Like how the cup, like the little,
Are we
you
fighting?
notice a little vibration in the cup, and a little vibration in the liquid in the cup, and starts the vibration gets a little bigger.
Guys.
Mhm.
And you can hear, and Castiel, like you start to hear what sounds like some kind of low pitched rumble, and you alert everyone and to what's happening, and I'll let everyone else. Everyone can make another perception roll, or you can do investigation.
I didn't think
And
the night could get worse. It got worse.
Um, I touched the middle of my chest.
yeah,
Or wait, I actually no. Better yet, I pick up a rock, cast daylight on it, throw
oh,
it that way.
so you cast daylight on a rock and what? Throw it in like that direction.
Where? Yeah, in that direction.
Okay.
Oh, holy crap. Yeah, that way.
Whoa.
Apparently, it's that big.
Well,
Or
let's.
well, it's not that big, but
120 feet total. It's a 60-foot radius of super
Yeah.
bright, and then mid light for the rest of the 120 feet radius.
I just illuminate the whole mountainside.
Well, we're not to scale here.
I don't want to get rid of it again.
I think I have to, but that's okay. We'll leave it up for a second. So you cast
The
light
sun
on this
rises
rock,
again.
and where are you throwing it? Like up or in
In the
a?
direction of that noise.
Okay. So
you
now,
can push Control C to get rid of it. I
yeah,
think it's
yeah,
Control C.
yeah. I'll get rid of it here in a second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool.
Mhm.
But where was I? Okay, so you throw that over there, and you see no one has to make a roll. Now, have you have any of you seen like this may sound weird, Bugs Bunny, like when he's underground, moving around underground?
Oh God,
Mhm.
that like lifted earth.
Yeah, but like times 100. And it's not coming towards you. So like you see this big mound of earth like right here, and then another big mound forms here, and another big mound forms here, and then it stops.
Put the light up, put the light up, put the light up, put the light up.
I can't. It's over there.
Fire up, put the fire up.
Now, after a little while, the rumbling and the mounding of earth around that area seems to stop. And you don't hear anything, you don't see anything. I'm imagining you're not getting much sleep after that, so because you're probably all wondering what's going to happen next, but nothing happens next. And the sun rises, but all of you are too, worried to fall back asleep. I'm not going to give you any exhaustion for that, but yeah, you didn't really sleep well last night. All right, so let me drop this now. Beep. See ya. Oh wow, the animation stayed. Oh, I know how to. Oh no, it's gone now. Okay, cool.
Is that the monster? What the fuck?
All right, and you wake up, and now that it's day, yeah, that's what it was. Something large underground was moving eastward.
Back home.
Right.
Oh, you're a cleric of night, and Castiel's a cleric of day. Yeah. I mean, Santa only comes at night. I mean, he doesn't come out during the day. He's kind of like a
Are
vampire.
there-
Color.
Quite the dichotomy. That's why we have double-sided pamphlets.
There you go. Two sides on your church pamphlets.
Now, do these tracks more or less? Do they continue west? Like, could we follow them from where it came from?
Well, it looks like it looks like yeah, it looks like they're kind of coming from the northwest and moving kind of southeastish.
Oh shit.
And it looks like it went under those mountains as it was heading east.
Does that like match up with anything? I mean, we didn't really see anything, but does that
Hmm.
like behavior match up with anything that we've ever heard of?
Give me either arcane, religion. No, not religion. Arcane or history. Ooh, a 22.
You
My
said
goodness.
arcane or religion?
Yeah,
History, arcane or history, not
yeah.
religion.
I'm sorry. Yeah, arcane or history.
History. I'll do history. Hey, hey!
Okay, so Mary, again, being up in the North Pole, sometimes there are things that come out and try to attack, the workshop and eat reindeers and such. And you know about griffins, you've seen them around. And another monster you've heard of, I don't think you've ever, probably never seen one, but maybe you've heard reports from other of Santa's assistants about a something called and I may pronounce this incorrectly, but a Remhoraz. Are you familiar with that term?
Oh, yeah, actually, I the player am. And I guess Mary is as well.
And yeah, you would be now as well. Yeah. So a large worm, like millipede, like not large, but a giant millipede-like snow worm.
Guys, I think I might have an idea what this thing is.
Oh, is it?
And it's
I'm
not
scared to
good.
find out.
And it's not good.
All right, so we're making our way through day two now. Let's see, anything going to happen on day two? No. What about?
So, you got a plan, Mary?
Don't die?
Good plan.
Okay, and nothing happens for the rest of the journey, and on your way to Midton here. Cross this little, well, there was a bridge there, but it's now destroyed. So you have to figure out how you're going to get
We all.
across the river there. But you do see the ruins of the town. Lots of just splintered wood, destroyed buildings. Not a lot of bodies. They probably got eaten, and and if you now if you want to do it from this side of the river, you can make investigation or perception, but on this side of the river, you're going to be at disadvantage. So if you figure out a way to way over the river, then you can make it at normal.
Um,
I'm going to fly over the river.
I
There
was
you
gonna
go.
say, question. Did we long rest or enough to long rest? At some
Yes, yes. Since then, you have long rested.
Okay. How how long is this river?
It's about maybe 30, 40 feet wide.
Uh, oh, okay, so it's 30 feet from shore to shore.
Yeah, yeah. You're not having to go long ways just across it. Yeah, Mary can fly, so she flies across. Bzzz.
With the graceful tinkle of Christmas bells, not buzzing like a bee.
Sorry. Oh, what's this? What's this here?
You said perception check, right?
Yes, perception. I was also going to let you choose investigation, and I'd also let you use survival on this too. So perception, investigation, or survival. August.
Perception and survival are the same for me, so
Okay.
I'll stick with perception.
August, how you getting across the river? The bridge has been wiped out.
How deep is this thing?
Standard river deep, maybe 12, 15 feet at the deepest, maybe in the center.
I got this, bro. I pick up. Uh, I put my hand in the water, grab some of the water, and control water. I part the water like Moses.
how much? How much
In the
can you?
name of Pelor, I part you. Yeah, it actually says I can part water.
Oh.
You
Turn
can cause the
yourself.
water in the area to move apart, creating a trench. The trench across extends across the spell area, separates the water form. Oh, water forming walls on either side. The trench remains until the spell ends. You choose uh, a different effect. The water then slowly fills the trench until the next. Oh, okay. Until the next round.
Okay, so yeah, you can definitely you can Moses the waters apart.
And I will do that one. I can part up to 300 feet of water. Eh. I make it the length of the bridge, pretty much.
Yeah.
So we just walk.
Okay, so then that means you and August can make your either you can choose investigation, survival, or perception, and at normal. And we got a 21 for Mary so far.
I'll do survival since I'm parting the water. Hey. Oh,
All right, all right. So
August
August, you're
just
looking.
doesn't like being
Yeah,
surrounded by that much water.
he's like, what?
I hate all this water.
Oh, look, a coin.
You took someone's lucky coin. They tossed it in the water. All right, so yeah, August. It just looks like a destroyed town. You do see mounds of snowy tundra type earth about. Castile, you pick up on yeah. There's not a lot of people here, and Mary, you pick up on. You can definitely see what seems to be like tracks. You can see like an entry point, right? One of these mounds is like see where like this thing must have come out of. You can see these little holes in the ground that would be it's like millipede like legs as it's moving about. And based off of the how wide apart those little holes are, representing its legs, this thing's got to be like huge level, huge size. You see other holes where it may have gone down, come back up, but these are kind of like now frosted over and frozen over. You can't really go deep into them. It's not like a tunnel now. It's not like a tunnel that it left because that stuff's kind of like now frosted over. But it looks like some giant worm-like millipede has bursted up out of the snow, destroyed, burst down, come back up, and just like caused havoc. And you would know, Mary, that this thing just swallows people whole. So like it's big enough that if it freezes, like if it can catch you, it just eats you. It does, there's no there's no rounds of chewing. It's just pop you in and you go down the gullet. So that may explain why there's not a lot of people here. And the people who are here, that's what they described. The ones who aren't traumatized to the point where they can't speak. The ones who can speak, that's what they describe. A giant worm came out of the ground. No, I'm sorry, more like a giant millipede came out of the ground.
Does it seem like the millipede had a purpose, or was it just wreck shit and then go? Is there any place it concentrated on, or any place it avoided for any reason?
You rolled high enough to make a good guess on that, and your guess would be no. It was just sent here to, or it just emerged, wrecked shit, and then left.
Hmm.
Now you can spend as much time, like we'll say this investigation and this looking around, this takes the good part of the day. So you'll have to decide, and there's no buildings anywhere, there's no more inns or anything, so you'll have to find a place to camp out for the night. There are a few people who have like tried to rebuild some structures with leftover wood and material that they have, but they're very like ramshackle. They're not sturdy, and they don't really offer much protection. So the people who are here are in bad situation. The survivors here are in a bad situation. So what do you all want to do?
Um, Can I grab Castiel and try and talk to? Is there like a leader of the survivors? Can we try and give him directions to the closest uh, city that has a decent sized temple? Maybe they can seek refuge in the temple to start rebuilding their lives.
Yeah, that would be Larandia. Yeah, and you find like the person who's quote unquote in charge. He's just the oldest person who happens to be here, probably in his late 20s. We'll call him Theo, and and yeah, he's like, we thought about going to Larandia, but making that trek, that trek in the cold. We don't have anything anymore. Everything's gone, and we can barely survive out here. I don't know how we would survive like out there trying to make it to the city. But then I guess it doesn't really matter because we don't have much shelter anyway.
I mean, we're kind of headed in that direction. We could escort you.
Well, we have nowhere else to go, so if you would be willing to escort us to the city and and, and help us, then yeah, we would definitely accept that. And there's probably maybe a
We also,
couple dozen people or so, not a lot.
um, traveling by the river may be easier. You just have to throw a makeshift raft together.
We could probably do that with the wood we got.
hmm Rivers are a good way of travel. You just risk getting wet in such frigid environment. Is
Yeah,
that's a life or death.
yeah, you don't want to fall in these
With
waters.
time is an issue. It's a gamble.
Well,
So
then
do they have
that's
any more information that they can give us? Was there, like, did anybody try and fight back against the monster? Did anything work when they fought back against the monster? Did anything particularly not work?
some of the town guard try to stand their ground, but let's see. Give me a second here. But yeah, it just ran through them so fast with like its mouth open and just like took them in as it moved across as it snaked itself across the ground.
I wonder how hard it'll be to make a bomb.
Yeah, I'll jump in its mouth.
I mean, yeah, if it's gonna be fucking, it's gonna keep its mouth open. I feel like it's a good opportunity to throw something in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not wrong. All right, so we're gonna get our townsfolk here to make a makeshift craft, and we're all gonna get on the river to head to the city.
I
Yes.
guess so. Yeah.
Shit, yeah. If you
All
can
right.
get done in less than 12 hours, it's worth it.
Okay. Yeah, it might take a few hours for them to do that. So you'll have to camp out at night. Endure the cold again another night, and then the next morning they can start putting stuff together. They got supplies. They got nails. They got stuff they can make this with. It's not going to be super great. May not even be that water worthy, but we'll do the best we can. He says.
Gotta float. That's really it.
Yeah, just got to
I'm
float.
gonna I'm gonna send Prancer like scouting out around us to see, first of all, to see if he can find the druid and the bear because they would come in useful right now. Uh,
True, very
and
true.
I know that they're much more south, but maybe. Uh, and then also to see if he can keep an eye out for trouble.
Maybe they got eaten by the worm.
God.
Have Prancer make we'll say he can choose perception, investigation, or survival. I'll let him pick one of those. Oh, yeah, he finds him. Yeah,
Oh damn!
he finds the bear, he finds the druid, and they come back. They're like, "Oh, hey, you guys go.
Hey,
Oh, hell,
buddy.
what the hell happened here?"
Have you
I
ever
told
heard of
them.
an ice millipede called a remoraz? I don't really know how to pronounce it. Because I think that's what happened here. But we got some refugees that we need escorted to the city.
Wow. He says, "Oh, I've heard of that before. I didn't know one was in this area. That kind of sucks." Um, but yeah,
We need to
yeah.
kill it.
let's get these people, let's get these poor people to somewhere where it's more warmer and they can, not freeze to death. And there are a couple kids who have survived, and they see this bear, and their eyes just light up. They're like, "Oh my God, it's a bear!" And they run up to it, and their parents are freaking out. No, no, no!
He eats one.
He eats a kid.
An understandable sacrifice.
Barry. Barry, how dare you?
Barry.
Bury the bear. Okay, so next day, with some help, you guys get a makeshift raft built, a couple, because there's a couple dozen, so you got to build maybe three or so, um, and you get them on the river and you start making your way down. So I want to call the session a little early because I want to give you guys time to level up. I think you're seventh
my
now,
God.
so we're gonna go up to eighth now, right? Yeah. Yep, eighth level.
Yeah.
And do the leveling up and beyond, and then I'll just import them over later.
Ooh, a feat or ability score improvement. Oh my gosh.
Oh, decisions. Do I go warlock or cleric?
It is a tough decision.
I feel like Castiel's holding up the cleric end of the things pretty good now.
I,
I might go
I
one
got
more.
us.
He is. He's very divine.
Yeah, where I'm just kind of turning into an asshole.
Yeah.
It's alright, takes all kinds.
Yeah. You have to have a diverse collection.
Diversify your portfolio, Mary. Go ahead.
And so are you going another fighter there, August? You said you get a. What do you get?
I'm just gonna grab strength.
Okay. Any new feature?
Um,
Any new?
no. I was thinking. I mean, I might look at them, but I really need to get my strength up. It's only at 18, and I shouldn't have. That should be like my priority stat, from what I understand.
All right. You get anything cool, Castillo?
I'm going through it.
Yeah, so yeah, just finish up when you can, and then I'll just import them up for next game. We're set. I'm gonna go ahead and end our recording here now.
Okay.